Good morning, YouTube. Today we have to do a bunch of maintenance on our Ferrari 308.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars, and this Ferrari 308 is for sale through our dealership, NG Supercars. It can be yours. Send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com if you're interested in it. But it's not quite ready for one of you to enjoy because it needs a few things. So first thing we're going to do is we got to replace some hood struts. If you pop open the rear, it just falls back down, so that's annoying, and someone's gonna bash their head. We also have a pretty substantial oil leak from the oil pan gasket on both the engine and the transmission oil pans. So we're gonna change out the engine oil and the transmission oil, and we're gonna replace those gaskets, and of course the filter and everything. And then we also have, this one's gonna suck, we have to replace the CV boot on the driver's side, because, well, it tore and slung grease all over the place. So it is just a gross mess down there. It's absolutely disgusting. So we're gonna change out all those fluids and get this thing cleaned up so that one of you can enjoy it. And, well, it's a glorious car. I absolutely love this car. It's actually been one of my favorite cars that we've had. I don't know, it's just something endearing about these old Ferraris. It's just an absolute joy to drive. So let's start off with doing the rear strut, and so that we can get the engine to stay open on its own. Okay, we've got a little strut tool. So we just gotta pop this thing open. Okay, and all right, while I hold this thing up, there. Okay, so now we can actually keep that thing open and not have it bust our head. All right, so we're gonna have to pop off that side first. All right, YouTube, it looks like there's just a C-clip on one side. This one's missing, so I think then you just push the pin out. Let's see if I can just push it out with maybe a screwdriver. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a heavy hood. I definitely do not want that falling on my head. That would suck. Okay, let's see if I can get that clip out without sending it flying. There. Okay, got you out. Let's go get the new one. Okay. And put in my clip. That was pretty simple. Okay. This one needs to go up a bit. There. Now we obviously need to get a new E-clip or C-clip. I don't remember, is it C-clip or E-clip? I guess it's C. Anyway, all right, we got that one. Let's do that side. Okay, so we need to transfer over my little tool. Although, it's already got enough tension to hold itself, but it won't have enough tension once we pop off that strut. So let's, okay, pop off this pin. And get off the C-clip. All right, strut number 2, same thing, put the pin in, whoops, come on, get you lined up. There, okay. All right, YouTube, let's pop this off. Ooh. Let's see how it feels. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, much better. All right, next up we're gonna do the oil change. So this thing takes 11 liters of 15W50, and I'm a dumbass and I forgot that these are 5 quarts, not 5 liters. So I'm actually gonna be probably like a half a quart or a half a liter low. Whatever, we'll go get another one. But I also have new hardware. So I've got a new drain plug. Here's the drain plugs here and new crush washers. So we'll be getting, and of course the UFI filter. So this is like the factory filter. We'll drain it all out, let it drain for a while, and then over here we have my gaskets. So these are the gaskets for the oil pan and for both the gearbox and the engine oil. Gearbox oil, we have to go get some more. I have to pick it up at the shop. So we're gonna let it drain like a long time, because this oil is pretty cold. It's been sitting for a long time. So let's get the car up in the air and drain some oil. All right, so first you can see how much oil is leaking. It's literally got drops coming off. So I'm just gonna blast it with a bunch of brake cleaner before we do anything. It is the oil drain plug is 10 millimeters. All right, someone finally didn't do like 50 ugga-duggas. All right, here we go. Nice. So because this stuff's 15W50, it is thick. That's gonna take a long time. I guess maybe I can move this over and probably drain the trans oil too while we're waiting. Oilio cambio. Oh, it's a different size? Those bastards. Okay, that one's 12 millimeter. You gotta change it up on us. A little more doggitus. Ooh, that one's got a little more color to it. Oh, God, it stinks. Oh man. Oh, it's horrible. That's so bad. We're gonna let that drain for, I don't know, honestly, probably like 30 minutes. All right, so it's been draining for about a half hour. It's pretty much down to nothing. So we're gonna remove all these 10 millimeters, pop off the oil pans, put them down on my little oil mat, and we can get them cleaned up, clean up all this stuff, and then we'll put on a new gasket and get those reseated. I have a feeling this is one of those you want to put some gasket sealer on that gasket.
Yeah.
You can tell there's some on the threads on these. She does not want to come. Oh boy. Oh, jeez.
6.5 foot-pounds.
That's it?
That's what it says.
Wow, that is nothing.
That's for both of them.
Wow, this thing is on there. There we go. Ugh, hear that crinkle?
78-inch pounds.
78-inch pounds. I don't think our wrenches go that low.
We have an inch-pound wrench, don't
Oh,
we?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I have one at home, but I don't think we have one here.
Oh, shit.
We have to swing by like a Home Depot or something.
Juicy.
Right? That's why I was like, it's crinkly. I'm not the first one to do this. There are marks all over this thing. Yeah. So apparently you gotta remove the dipstick before you pull off this oil pan. It's like a 27, 28 millimeter, not sure yet, 26, something like that. So we gotta lower the car, pull out the dipstick, and then pull out the dipstick tube. Why they designed it this way, I don't know. All right, so Josh pulled the dipstick, and there's a bolt on the dipstick tube way back there that we have to remove so we can get the dipstick out of the way. So to get that thing out, Josh is having one fun time, aren't you?
Yeah, you got to take the dipstick tube off, and there's a bolt holding it on that goes in through the back, and it's long, and you can only get like
that's tiny.
That much of it.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So it's taking forever to get off.
Oh Lord.
So they were geniuses and decided that you have to take the dipstick tube out,
To pull the oil pan.
pull the oil pan, because it goes through something, and if you pull on it, it catches it. So you have to pull it out. I'm not really sure exactly how yet. We're gonna figure that out.
I think it's those weird big pieces that stick way up in there.
Yeah.
It probably has like a hole that it goes in.
Yeah.
Because that's smart. I don't get it either. I don't know if you can see it, but the oil filler tube, or the oil dipstick tube, is right there. And it's got that big nut on it right there. So anyway, let's try and get it out. We're at that part where things just get frustrated, and so I'm not filming as much because it's like standing around for an hour and a half trying to monkey fire around this thing. Had to remove the temperature sender for the oil, so that's like right here. There's just one wire you unplug, and it's a 22 millimeter wrench. It's all gooped up with some gasket sealer. So the problem we're running into is the oil dipstick tube. The nut that it goes through that holds it to the oil pan won't spin on the dipstick tube itself. So the dipstick tube is trying to rotate, so it can't actually break free, and we can't obviously unthread it if you can't break it free. So we're debating other options. One that's coming up that seems to be a prevalent thought is just cut the dipstick tube and order a new one. Not ideal, but it would work.
Eventually.
That sucked. Okay, I have the, I don't know if you can see it, but that guy sucked. I just kept moving it, and finally it just like broke loose. And then I had to use two wrenches. I had to use 27 millimeter wrench and a crescent wrench, because you couldn't flip the 27 and have it work from, like, you couldn't get a full turn enough to switch, flop it to the other side. So I had to use a different wrench that had a different angle, and the crescent was the only one that would work. That was absolutely horrible. That sucked. Oh, and that took like 2+ hours.
There's something else that you have to pull out from the
Oh,
top.
this threaded bolt? Oh, it's this bolt. Oh, how the hell? I think you might be able to get a ratchet on that.
Yeah, there's some bolt or something.
Yeah, it's this right here. Oh, God damn it. It's my life now. Working on a Ferrari, they said. It'll be fun, they said. This thing's really long. Almost. Oh, what the hell? Jeez, look how long this thing is. That's why the oil pan won't come out. Now, I hope. Yeah. Now what's it stuck on? Oh, good thing I had that there.
God, what a joke.
You can't get past the. Oh, there it is. The oil return. There.
What the kind of oil pan is this?
Look, it's got like windage trays there. Okay. Well. That sucked. That was absolutely terrible. That was really, 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 really annoying. See? Here, YouTube. It's actually kind of not that cool. I guess there's the bottom of the crank. You can actually see some of the main bolts. All right, whatever. Okay, let's get the other pan. Attempt to get the other pan. There's probably some crap we gotta get out of the way. Who knows? All right, we'll see if it pops off. All sorts of sealant on it. I think this one's actually gonna come. There. Oh. Oh. Smell. All right. Cool, you can see the gears. All right, just gotta scrape off the gasket. We went into the parts store, picked up the oil. Oh, look at this crap. Ugh. So I just need to get all this old gasket off and clean it real good and get it dry. I apologize, I didn't film the drain pan. Josh was working on it, and then one of our cars was being shipped out. So it just this has been a really busy day, which is kind of unusual for us. Yeah, we've nonstop since the time we got here, and it's late. Like, we're staying late to finish this up because we have to get this. 7. It's almost 7. I think I got here at like 9.
Yeah, we got here early today.
We got here early. Was that her or is that yours?
That was probably my house.
Okay. Okay, thank God. I was like, God, no more people today. But anyway, Josh put some Yamabond
I'm gooping this
on the gasket. We're gooping both sides just to be safe. We're gonna pop that sucker up there. Just so you know, there are 2 springs right here on the transmission pan, and you gotta make sure you put those back in. There's also like these, it looks like ball bearings that those hold in place. One of them fell out. We had to grab it and pop it back in there. So just so you know, beware of those. Otherwise, everything else seemed pretty straightforward, pretty typical gasket crap. What was the torque spec? It was like 5 foot-pounds?
I got the torque wrench out and tightened a bolt to 10 just to get a feel for it, and I did it a little looser than that.
Okay.
So, good enough.
Good and tight?
Good and tight.
Oh, which way was it?
Well, it only goes one way because you got that
I know.
pickup tube.
Okay, I think it's that way, yeah. Oh yeah, I had to go at a weird angle, remember? You gotta tilt it way down first.
Okay. Just don't touch the bottom of it.
Too late.
More of an angle. There.
There it is. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm all goopy. Shit, it's totally covered in goop.
Make sure you put goop on the threads because that's kind of where it tends to leak from.
Yeah. Well, that's where all of the oil was.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I put goop on both sides and around where the screws go through. The studs go
Another
through.
one on there, and then we can. Ugh. All right, let me get some gloves on. This was like, we were thinking.
nasty bitch.
We were thinking, oh, this will be like a 2-3 hour job. It's been like.
Well, it looked simple when you look at it. You're like, oh, just undo some bolts and then.
Yeah, no.
It never works like that.
No. Ferrari. It's never that easy.
The goop is goopy.
Man, it's like you dink anything, it just goes all over you.
Well, I put enough on there that this bitch ain't gonna leak.
I mean, it was leaking pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it needed this pretty bad. Oh, and you put the new plug on?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
Okay. Start tightening these.
Unless they're down here. I think I saw one down here. Oh, there's one. Yeah.
We didn't have one that went down to 6, so I did one at 10 and got a feel for it. So now I just kind of like get it snug and then a little more. And then we're good. And then you kind of zigzag it. So that goes right in here. It's kind of weird. I like, just got alignment. Make sure those are tight as shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a bitch to tighten those.
Uh-huh. So it's got a new crush washer on that thing too. Good enough. I don't trust going any tighter. You know what? I'm gonna wait for Josh on this because it's gonna need to be held into the proper place and then screwed down. So I think that's about all we're gonna be able to do
tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube. It's the next day, and we're gonna continue working on the 308. So the next thing we gotta do is fill up the transmission. So there is a fill plug right there, and we're gonna pop that off and then basically fill it until it spills out and then cap it off. It's gonna take 75/90. So it's pretty heavy stuff. We're gonna be using some Redline synthetic. All right, we're gonna break it loose. It's a 12mm Allen bolt. Oh, don't tell me this. Oh, gotta get an extension. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, got my fluid transfer pump in there, and we're gonna clip it on and see what happens. Come on. There it goes. It's kind of slow. I guess it's a lot of vertical rise for this weak ass little pump, huh? I feel like I'm gonna have to let it sit here for like a long time. I guess we'll check back on it tomorrow, because this is pretty slow. Had to bring out the big pump. The other one was gonna take all day. This one's going a little faster. All right, it's coming out, so that means we've got exactly how much we need. So it's fill till spill. So we'll drain off this. Oh. Cool. Got a new drain plug and new crush washer. We're gonna put that up there and seal this sucker up. It's basically done dripping for the most part, or mostly done dripping. There. Okay, now I can finally clean up. Oh man, there is just oil everywhere on this one. All right, I had to lower the car down to the ground because I need to reattach the oil dipstick tube before filling it up, because I need to cinch it down underneath, and I want to make sure it's lined up correctly up here, because if I cinch it down and then we can't move it, well then we're gonna have to undo it and redo everything. So yeah, one thing at a time, right? So let's get that off, and then we can also change out the oil filter as long as we're down here. Remember the oil dipstick tube from hell? Just tightened it. So now we're done underneath, theoretically. So we're gonna drop it down, put the dipstick in, change the filter, and add oil. All right, we're adding 11 liters of 15 W50 Mobil 1 synthetic. Keep it lubed up. Never trust the internet. I didn't even get to 11 liters. I got to about 8, and it's over the max line on the dipstick, so I actually have to drain out about 1 liter. Thanks, internets. Appreciate it. Yeah, this job just keeps getting longer. The tube, the stupid dipstick tube, the fitting split in half. I didn't think I tightened it that tight, but I guess I over tightened it. So we gotta replace that. That explains why I was leaking. Yeah, we had a leak. And the good news is, although we may have overfilled it, it seems to have been dripped out. So we're probably back to a good number. So we're gonna go buy one of these somewhere, hopefully.
The next day.
All right, YouTube, I had to order a new little bung for that tube, next day air, and well, the funny thing was the one from Ferrari is $98 for this little pipe adapter. So we just ordered one online from another company that was like 14 bucks, and it got here, and now it's in there. So we're just tightening everything down, and then I guess we'll have to recheck the oil level. Good news is when we pulled that out, some of the oil came out, so I think it's probably back down to a reasonable level, hopefully. This is the oil change from hell. Wow, this sucked. This thing kicked our ass. That should have been a couple hours. It took us multiple days, and anyway, we finally think we got it set. The good news is the oil drained out enough so it's back below minimum. So we're actually gonna have to add a little oil. So don't listen to what the internet says. It's not 11 liters. It's more like 9. So I would add 8 and then slowly add more. just to be safe, because that would have been annoying as hell too, to have to pull the drain plug and try and do all that stuff. Anyway, this has taken so long that we're gonna do the CV boot in a different video. So like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, that way you can watch that video as soon as it comes out. So we're just gonna finish up this oil change because we need this thing off the lift tomorrow. All right, well, we checked the oil, topped off a little bit, and
We got a dead battery.
the battery's kind of dead. Oh, do you want to pop the frunk? And we can, well, hold it, hold the lever. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll just plug in the C-Tech, I guess, for a little bit. All right, it's been a little while. Let's see if we got some juice. Come on. Ah, nada.
I tried.
It's
It's almost there. We could push start it.
We could push start it. We got this far pushing it, and Josh's like, just send it. All right, fine, we'll send it. Okay, drop it.
So back it back inside.
Yeah, let's just plug it in.
We'll just let it run for a little bit.
All right, I'll just plug it in and look underneath for leaks.
Yeah, good oil pressure.
Good oil pressure? Oh yeah. Yay. All right, well,
No leaks.
success finally. That took a while. Whew. She needs a bath. We still gotta do that stupid CV boot. We'll do that in the next video. All right, finally had success. So it did end up taking closer to 9 quarts or 9 liters.
When we lost some oil when we hit
We did lose oil with that stupid fitting that broke, but anyway, that's it for this video. Check out RomoGuySupercar.com and NG Supercars. There you can buy parts and services and cars from us. We do appreciate you guys' support. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.
Hey, I got a confession. Been losing all momentum. Just because it's easy, but that don't make it better. I wanna dig my hands deep down in the dirt. Take a walk along the street if I'm feeling dessert. All of this convenience just doesn't work for me. I wanna play with fire, let me get hurt. Can we take it back to 95? Before we had this drama in our lives, just staring at the screen every day and night. I miss the rush of living in real life. Go get your DeLorean. Oh, I miss the summers with you and never swipe left to right. I snuck in your window, no friend request, no, just spent the night. I had to walk right up to your locker and risk you saying, boy, just don't bother. I know this all just makes me sound ancient, but sons and daughters, that shit was amazing. Can we take it back to 95? Before we had this drama in our lives, just staring at the screen every day and night. I miss the rush of living in real life. Go get your DeLorean. Go get your DeLorean. Yo, what you got in that bag? Candy, cigarettes, and a Playboy mag. Many used to have to work for that. Wait for me, gotta dial up. Can't call my landline cause it's all tied up. Just bike over then.